your treatments? What's your go-to? I've actually had one of your treatments and it was one of the best I've had, I have to say. And I'm not only because we're recording and that you're a dear friend, but because it was a really good treatment. Combination with shiatsu and Thai, I think.
Yeah, it's I actually started my journey in massage started with Thai massage, and it was a complete fluke in a sense. I was traveling to India, Nepal, Thailand, and Malaysia, and I had spent most of the time in India and Nepal, and I was coming up through Malaysia into Thailand, and I met a man, George from Loma Linda, California, who had learned Thai massage years before in Thailand, gave me a Thai massage as we were traveling up together to Chiang Mai, and I absolutely loved it. And I thought, I got to learn how to do this. This is amazing. So I took a course there, and this was 1990. And what's amazing to me now, looking back at it, is 1990 was the first year that the Thai government started to do to develop a standard curriculum for Thai massage in Thailand.
Hey guys, it's Paula Nutting here with your exclusive membership site, and I am so proud and happy to be able to introduce you today for my amazing interviewee segment with Paul Buffel. He's Canadian, and we just discovered he's been in the industry for 24 years. I thought I had the same, but 26 for me actually. But as I said to him, I've always lied about my age, so I would never be Paul is from Canada. We first met with the NHPC, the National Health Practitioners of Canada, and the Australian Association of Massage Therapists, where we joined 2003, I think. It's been a while. Anyway, Paul, how long have we known each other?
2006, I went to Atlanta, Georgia for the AMTA conference, the American conference. Mm-hmm. And that's where I first met Trisha Hughes and Dave Sheehan.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about that conference is our association, the NHPC, and your association at the time, the AAMT, were both there to try and develop stronger relationships with America. And we came away, the two of us, being best buds.
Well, that makes sense because we're quite similar, aren't we? Like Americans aren't quite like Canadians and Australians.
No, I think there's a similarity between us. I mean, partially it's the whole Commonwealth kind of mentality or direction, and also that social piece. I think socially we're different. We all like to dance.
We do.
Yes. And even the way our therapists work in our respective countries, even though Canada and Australia is a bit different about how they regulate the profession, there are some similarities. And our associations even got together to do a reciprocal agreement, so it was easier for our therapists to travel between Australia and Canada for work. And that was so much easier to do than with America, where it feels like there's so many different states that do different things and they don't all coordinate with each other, that it just isn't very cohesive. Whereas Australia and Canada, there is that cohesiveness and then that connection between the two countries as well, I think.
I remember when my first introduction with you, aside from Winnipeg, that your conference was also when we went over to Hollyhock. We did the governance thing. So that we went, there was you were the incoming president, and we had Lisa Belmore, who's the outgoing president, and their CEO, and myself and Trish, Colin and Trish. And we sat down and nutted out how the governance worked between the two associations, how we could try to do a stream between Australia and Canada. So
that's right.
I feel like we were the little pioneers of getting our therapist over there and your therapist here, and hopefully that
absolutely
continues.
Yeah. I mean, it was so exciting, and I think my first time in Australia was Adelaide, 2008.
Yes.
So that was my first AAMT conference. It was fantastic.
For those people who are watching this, Paul actually did a thing called the worm. Is it when you like,
that's what you're laughing about.
Yeah. Dancing on the dance floor with all of our Australian therapists that were at the AAMT, now MA, Massage and Myotherapy Australia.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you think the treatment styles are, similarity between the Canadians and the Australians? Similar teaching styles?
I think there are some similar teaching styles. I think that's one of the reasons why teachers between Canada and Australia are also simpatico, and you know that style of being very professional but also very friendly, and really enjoying sort of going outside the box a bit, and having both from the teacher side and the student side, I think, appreciating the creativity that can happen within a training session. So it's not so incredibly tight and structured that you can't have some really aha moments that come about because of that sense of openness and creativity. So I think that's quite similar between Australia and Canadians.
It's a nice way to put it too, and I think that I'm not quite sure how the chapters vary in the States with their teaching model. I know that ours is, and I'm so grateful that we've got a national health training package, so everybody has got X amount of modalities, or actually, they just have to make sure that they're competent in a lot of different skills, and they can be from communication through to high-end range sports, and it's up to the registered training organisation to work that out. So I think that we're lucky that we can have a therapist who does their training in Townsville and can go over to Perth in Western Australia and still be able to have their certificate recognised. Is it the same up there in Canada?
Yeah, it's not as, I mean, Australia's system, I think, is quite brilliant in many ways. Ours, we have certain provinces that are regulated and others that aren't. And it's a different system, the regulation system. It's a lot, it's a bit heavier. There's more restrictions, I think, and it's also very time consuming and expensive in order to create the college. So like a college of physicians and surgeons, a college of massage therapy. So, but there have been more provinces going towards regulation, and it's become through an internal trade agreement that we have here in Canada. It's that in itself, outside of the college atmosphere, has also allowed for easier travel of therapists between provinces. It's very easy to go between regulated provinces, and a little bit more of a challenge to go, especially from an unregulated to a regulated province. But right now, the standard of education across the country is almost identical or similar, in that all the schools across the country are really basing it on a set of standards through what's called the interjurisdictional document for massage therapy. So it's a set of competencies that you need to demonstrate in order to call yourself a registered massage therapist. So it's similar in that way.
It is similar. I'm just 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Yes, so it does exactly like your competencies and our competencies are matrixing really, really well. That's far different from some of the other countries that I've seen. So what are your treatments? What's your go-to? I've actually had one of your treatments, and it was one of the best I've had, I have to say. And I'm not only because we're recording and that you're a dear friend, but because it was a really good treatment. A combination with shiatsu and Thai, I think.
Yeah, it's I actually started my journey in massage started with Thai massage, and it was a complete fluke in a sense. I was traveling to India, Nepal, Thailand, and Malaysia, and I had spent most of the time in India and Nepal, and I was coming up through Malaysia into Thailand, and I met a man, George, from Loma Linda, California, who had learned Thai massage years before in Thailand, gave me a Thai massage as we were traveling up together to Chiang Mai, and I absolutely loved it. And I thought, I got to learn how to do this. This is amazing. So I took a course there, and this was 1990. And what's amazing to me now, looking back at it, is 1990 was the first year that the Thai government started to develop a standard curriculum for Thai massage in Thailand. So because Thai massage was starting to get reputation, Thailand with its sex trade and all that sort of thing, that the Thai massage, there was a little bit of a connection or in people's heads around, was this a legitimate practice or not?
Yeah.
And so the Thai government wanted to ensure that the 2,000-year-old practice of Thai massage was seen as a legitimate therapeutic or preventative practice. And so they started to develop a curriculum. And that year, they actually invited all of these teachers from around Thailand who were very well known to come together to develop what would this curriculum look like. I didn't know that at the time. All I knew was that the very first English book in English written by a German man on how to do Thai massage for foreigners learning Thai massage in Thailand came out that year. And that's the book that I learned from. And he eventually set up
the yellow one? Is it the big, thick yellow book?
Yeah, no, it's a thin, small, little red and white book. And it was the man who wrote it eventually made the Sunshine Network, the Sunshine School Network in Thailand. It was one of the first foreign-owned Thai schools teaching Thai massage. So I learned with that book, but I learned from a woman who started up her own school out of her house, who had used to teach at the Chiang Mai Massage Hospital, which was the main place that you got to learn Thai massage in Chiang Mai at that time. I never thought I would do it as a career. I mean, it was just an interesting thing that I wanted to share with my friends and family back home, which is what I did. But after a couple of years, I realized I really like this. But at that time, I hadn't learned any anatomy or physiology. Now, I had gone through university and had done pre-occupational therapy, so I already had some university courses in anatomy and physiology, but I thought, I think I want to go into massage school, learn therapeutic Western massage, and see how that relates to what I've done in Thai massage. And that is what kind of blew my mind. And I started combining eventually a practice of Thai massage with, as I developed even after school, courses from Tom Myers and fascial work and all this, all these modalities that melded so beautifully with Thai massage on the floor.
Yeah.
And then over the years, Thai massage became incredibly popular all over the world. All of a sudden you were seeing Thai massage in spas and cruise ships. Isn't that a loaded word these days? Don't say that too loud. You started to see Thai massage everywhere. And when I started going back to Thailand to take more training, because I had done some Thai training in Canada and in the States, but when I went right back to Chiang Mai, all of a sudden there was this flourishing community developed over the years of really solid Thai instructors and schools alongside foreign-owned schools or foreign Thai massage therapists training in Thailand and combining all sorts of things. One of the ones that I came to have a super connection with was David Lut, who is from the south of France, and he teaches a style of massage that he calls dynamic Thai, another one called Osteo Thai. The dynamic Thai he learned from an actual local Chiang Mai teacher who's now passed away. It was a form of Thai massage that was, well, for lack of a better word, even more dynamic, where there was a lot of rocking and vibrating, and so a lot of movement, a lot of fluidity within the Thai massage, and linked things together much like water flows. So they sometimes talk about it like the element of water on dry land. And then he's also an osteopath, so he combined these beautiful movements with osteopathic principles in his Thai massage. And so there's all sorts of teachers that are combining all sorts of different types of underlying either modalities or methods into Thai massage and coming up with these blends. And what's so exciting about it is that Thai massage is this flourishing, living practice that you can still get this traditional Thai training. You can also get all of these other elements that are coming into Thai massage that are being reinforced through modern research into fascial therapy, and it's mind blowing.
Yeah, Tom Myers has got a lot to call for integration with his model of the fascial trains, that it gets
Absolutely.
looped into everything. So if you're a young new therapist and you're thinking about reaching out, you suggest maybe have a shot at doing some Thai massage as a postgraduate skill?
Well, actually, I slipped in a course at a Axiom Massage School here in Saskatoon, where I live in Canada. And I taught a 3-day course there, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then our practices were shut down on Thursday. So, but it was my first time teaching at this school, and it was to their second year graduating students, and several of them were quite interested in taking some study in Thai massage after. And the thing that I think is so interesting about Thai massage, and what I really appreciate in my practice, is that my practice is about half the table, or half at the table and half on the floor.
Yeah.
And after 24 years of practice, I am still raring to go. And I think it's partially that it's been so good for my body to transition from a standing posture to sitting on the floor, my hands, my shins, my feet, my whole body when I'm doing Thai massage. And so I get a lot of stretching and work on myself while giving the treatment. And that's one of the things about Thai massage, is they often call it a dance, because the therapist is getting as much, or can be getting as much out of the treatment sometimes as the person you're treating. So it's great for your body, and it's also a great place to go and learn if you want to go to Thailand and immerse yourself in some of the best food and culture and friendliest people in the world. It's a great place for your calm head.
I agree, because Thailand...
And it's close to Australia.
Exactly, it's very close. You can just jump from Thailand to Australia in about 8 hours.
Jump the pond.
Well, we drove down we did a 9 and 3/4 hour drive for lunch a few weeks ago before we were all shut down. So if you can get on a plane and fly for 8 hours, if we can drive for almost 10
Absolutely.
for lunch. So I do love the fact that if you are a new therapist out there, or you're an old therapist and you're considering doing some massage, learning Thai, go to Thailand to do it, because it's the experience of the Thai people. And I remember being in Chiang Mai with Jan and Moo, and spending time with their practice, and it was a blow away. It's something that if you want to do it there, because it's not, invest yourself in the immersion of the tradition and the culture. Interesting that you said about food and nutrition, because that was part of my thing, that I've always known you as someone who really looks after themselves with food, and you meditate, and your fitness, like I say, you with nutrition meditation, it's like peas and carrots for you. It's you. Has it always been the case?
I think I developed that a lot when I was in university. I can't say that I was really, big into cooking or anything prior to university. And one of the big things that changed for me was I started working at a local deli and restaurant called the Upper Crust Cafe, Edmonton, Alberta, where I lived at the time. And it was a magical place for me. The people that were the owners were amazing, gave us an immense amount of freedom as workers in the restaurant. And we used to also do catering outside the restaurant. And so I met amazing people in the community. We were close to the university, so we had university professors, students, and symphony musicians, because the home of the symphony was very close to where we were. So exposed to a lot of different people from a lot of different cultures, and decided I wanted to do a big trip once I had finished my degree in university. And I decided I wanted to go to one of the most different places on the face of the planet, and that was India. And so I decided that I didn't want to eat meat when I was in India. I wanted to be a vegetarian. So that threw me into here I am working at this restaurant that makes fabulous food. So I'm starting to get more interested in actually making the food, not just serving the food. Now I'm thinking about, how do I change my diet? What kind of food do I eat if I'm a vegetarian? And how do I make that at home prior to going to India? And there were several people in the restaurant that were vegetarian, one from Spain, another from India, from Vietnam. I started experimenting with all this food. And then I went to India, had an incredible time. That was the same trip that I ended up in Thailand, and I learned Thai massage and fell in love with Thai cooking, one of my favorite foods on the planet. I got home, I had a few cookbooks, I had a new enthusiasm for different types of food, and that really started me on a journey of cooking and of nutrition. And I had always been active. I always loved, my parents moved us out to a cabin on a lake every summer outside the city of Edmonton. We would leave school and we'd go out. And to tell you the truth, my memories as a young child and even as a teenager, I hardly have any memories of being in the city or in Sherwood Park, where I live just outside of Edmonton. Almost all of my memories, strong memories, are being out at the cabin, being on the water, in the canoe, water skiing, swimming, spending hours in the forest. And so I've always really been connected to outdoor spaces and to physical activity.
Okay. And that leads me to my next comment. It's a nice segue because we were talking about fat bikes. I mean, like,
I'm wearing a t-shirt for you. You want to see?
Yes, please.
Okay. So first off, this is the Spin Doctor. So this is the bike doctor here in Saskatoon, where I do spin classes.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is my hoodie, but underneath my hoodie, I have this. Fast and frozen.
Frosties.
Fat means fat bike. Fast, maybe not so fast. And frozen, because you're doing the fat biking in the winter.
Wow. That's fantastic. That's the reason I'm asking that. We see every now and then we see a fat bike here, which is crazy because they're riding on the street, which doesn't make any sense to me. I'm wondering about is that when I was asking you a little bit about stuff, you were talking to me that you were on your fat bike riding and you met someone called Paula Carrier.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
That story. That sounds amazing.
It was amazing, actually. It was my first time going up to Big Eddy Lodge, which is in northern Saskatchewan. It's almost 5 hours north of where I live in Saskatoon. And it's in an area called the Saskatchewan River Delta. So it's actually almost more water up there than there is land. There's so many rivers and streams, and amazing place. And historically, that was an area for Indigenous and Métis people. Did all of the hunting and trapping and trading up in that area. And that waterway was a connection between Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, and then into Ontario and Quebec eventually, for the fur trade. So there's a huge, rich history up there, but it's very isolated up there. There's not a lot of communities. The closest one is called Cumberland House, which is a town. But Big Eddy Lodge is the home of Solomon and Renee Carrier, and their children, one of which, Michaela, still lives with them there. She's in her early 20s. And I found out about Big Eddy Lodge through a friend of mine, Jeff, who is the first person I ever knew to buy a fat bike, and he's the reason I bought my fat bike. We were going up there for a race in the winter, and the great thing about being up there in the winter is that all the water's frozen, so you can cycle anywhere. In the summer, you would be in a canoe, and you'd use the waterways, and you would go through the portages over land to get to the next waterway, and you'd go through that way. But to certain places, you'd have a long distance to get to different places. Well, when everything's frozen, you can go wherever you want. And you use old trap lines, and you use Solomon's trap lines in order to do this race up there called Escape the Hooved Man. There's a whole story about escaping this devil, Hooved Man. And Solomon organized this race. So it's my first time going up to Big Eddy Lodge for this fat bike race. And I meet Michaela, his daughter. So we've done the race. I meet her first, and we're getting all ready for the race. And then I do the race. And after, everybody's all exhausted, and you're just eating and talking. It's one big cabin that we all share for food and cooking and socializing. And then everybody has a little cabin that they stay in with a little wood stove. And then a family cabin where the family sleeps. So we're all in this one cabin, and it's cold. It's like minus 38 degrees Celsius. We've had a great time cycling because you generate a lot of heat when you bike. So staying warm was not an issue. But I thought going up there the first time that, oh, I need to bring lots of layers because it's going to be so cold up there. Well, a wood-fired sauna at 100 plus degrees. And when you're in that one building with everybody eating and socializing, you generate a lot of heat moist heat. And so people were in their t-shirts, and so cold was not an issue. Michaela, as it turns out, she's a Cree Métis woman, has studied with elders around Indigenous plant medicines. Since 2014, when I came back from Thailand, having learned Thai herbal ball massage, I was looking for somebody locally that I could work with to develop an herbal ball that was local, that was from our own herbs. So it would be a Thai stem herbal ball, but with our own herbs in it. And that just wasn't happening. This is years later, and I meet Michaela, and I'm telling her about this, and she's like, I'd love to do that. And she's not a massage therapist, but she's learning some indigenous massage techniques, and she's learning from different people about them. So she's very, very interested in massage and body work and nutrition. Well, her and I, after that fat bike race, within 2 hours had an entire workshop built that the two of us were going to do around doing ceremony before going out to walk to the herbs, and harvesting the herbs and preparing the herbs and placing and creating the herbal balls, and then using the herbal balls for treatment. So there would be two workshops for practitioners to learn how to do all this for themselves in their practice with their clients. Yeah. And the other one was for the public, my clients, anybody, to come out and experience an indigenous herbal walk and harvest, and then create the herbal balls, but then they get the massage from Michaela and I.
Yeah, wow.
And so that was supposed to happen mid-June. So highly doubt that's going to happen now this year. But it's definitely going to happen. And I may end up going up there this June to be with Michaela and to the herbs together. If our social distancing has been let up enough that we can travel a little bit more, that's my plan, is to go up there, and we'll actually create some herbal balls so that when we get back to work, I'll have some herbal balls to use with clients that is all about local plants, allowing us to be stronger for our immune system.
And that's what they say, don't they? They say that the local produce is energetically more aligned to the local species, the people in the area. So
absolutely, having
Thai herbs in Thailand across to Canada or Australia was never going to be as powerful as Canadian herbs.
That's right.
Excellent. Absolutely. That's cool.
So it was just incredibly exciting to meet somebody who was and meld it with what I've learned from Thailand. And Michaela also had done a TV series called Merchants of the Wild. It's on an Aboriginal television network here in Canada. A young group of Aboriginal people were taken out into northern Ontario and had to canoe in birch bark canoes, a traditional trade route, on their own. And most of them were city kids. Michaela was the only one who actually lived out in the bush. And it's an amazing series, but it really showed her skills in being able to bring together some traditional knowledge around herbs and medicines and food within that kind of a setting. And so I got to watch that series, and I just thought, I can't believe I get to pair up with this young, bright, inspired woman in order to do these workshops in northern Saskatchewan.
Amazing, is it? So it's April 10, 2020, because this is going to be, these are time lapse things. You have a vodcast forever. So we're in throes of, for us.
Did you say vodka or vodcast?
Vodka asked.
Right.
So this is iced black coffee. It's long iced black. But so many people go, is that a rum?
Yeah. This is a cup that I got from the Dakota 5-0 in South Dakota, a 50-mile mountain bike endurance race, but it's just got water in it.
Yeah, no, I need caffeine because it's in the morning for me, it's the afternoon for you. I would talk about how the COVID virus is in full throw right now around the world globally, and it's going to change things. So you're already talking about applying your clinical work and your experience, and Michaela talked about making it more to local. How do you feel that integrating COVID into your business, how can you see that unfolding?
It's amazing because in such a short period of time, there's been so much change. And I think what I didn't realize when this first started, how fundamentally it would change things for quite some time. So now I'm looking at, I work in a collective. Nobody owns our business. We're all independent practitioners that come together as a collective to run our clinic. There's been some amazing shifts in both the collective, my practice, and our physical space. So 3 specific areas that I've noticed over the last, it's only been 2 weeks. Yeah. Or 2 weeks for us here anyways.
Two end of that 2 for us as well, 2 and a bit.
Okay. The first thing is with clients. I mean, I immediately missed the connection with my clients and realizing how some of them were immediately contacting me to ask me questions. And we have an online booking system that is a Canadian system called Jane. It's brilliant. They've been absolutely amazing in helping us with messaging, with if you can do so, to do telehealth, so over the internet, but really helping us to deal with all of the client communication and change in practice as much as they can. So I immediately put together a little video, a very simple little hand massage video, and did it in a MailChimp email that went out to clients. And then I also linked it to our Facebook and Instagram pages. I was overwhelmed with the response from my clients about how much they enjoyed the video, because it was all about, while we're all physical distancing, don't forget to touch the ones you're with, that we're getting so much less touch now.
Yeah.
That if you are in physical isolation with your family, don't forget about each other, touch each other. And there's ways of doing that that's safe and healthy for you on many levels. And so loved that message. And then also just, I've been sending out emails about this information that I've been getting on different webinars I've been on, and different communications that I've gotten over years from organizations that are all focused on COVID. There's all this amazing information that I'm distilling down for my clients, making it short, sweet, and positive around how to deal with the challenges.
Yeah, that's the big thing, isn't it? Because people get overwhelmed with all these warning COVID virus emails, but to get a positive sign, and shock that would come from someone in Canada.
Yes.
So let's make this a glass half full.
Well, and you know what's also interesting, I think, is like we were just talking about how much more effective local plants and herbs can be for your immune system. Is that also, I had a client that made me realize, she said, I'm getting all sorts of information, but what was so nice is to get an email from you, or to go onto your Facebook page or your Instagram page and see a message about somebody I'm really connected with, that I know is passionate about these things and will look for the right information and give me good information. And I feel that I can trust what's coming out. it's a positive, it's got a positive spin to it. It's about facts, and it's about how to deal with the stress. So she said that's the sort of thing that she's looking for to help her get through what's going on. And so it's that local connection, social connection, and knowing the source can be trusted.
Yeah,
right?
That's a big one, because they trust you. They come in, and to actually touch somebody is a blessing. Like we have a gift that we are receiving when someone allows us to touch them. So us and hairdressers, there's not too many other people that are out there in the industry. And thank God in Australia, the hairdressers is still an essential service, so you can still go and get your hair cut.
Ours are not, and I'm dreading the day that Sean's going to be cutting my hair. We'll have to do another one of these, and we'll see what it looks like.
Yeah, we will definitely.
Okay.
I don't want to hold us up for too long, because, you were going to say something.
Yeah, well, the second thing, so that the client communication, the second thing was the physical space. We were already renovating a room to add a new practitioner. Today, I just finished everything that I wanted to do there, but what I've done is we've completely changed our whole reception area. We used to have, it's quite a large area, but we used to have a reception desk, and we had people sitting right next to each other in the reception room.
I've been there, I know.
Yeah, and I was thinking, this is not going to happen when we reopen. Even when we reopen, it's probably going to be graded, and people are still going to be conscious about staying further away from people, possibly still wearing a mask out in public. Heightened sense of hygiene and washing. And so how do we deal with that physical space in our clinic? And so I took the desk out completely. We've a much smaller little area where the point of sale machine will be. If people still want to use that with cleaning solution, that after somebody uses it, it's being cleaned right away. The spaciousness of removing that desk has allowed us to place chairs in a way that people are the recommended distance apart, but they're still within an area that they can see each other, listen to the calming music that we have, and still feel some kind of connection with, but still in a safe environment. And so thinking about want to look and feel and act when we are able to get back into work. So that's the second one.
Yep.
I think also linked into that, when you were talking about how we are so fortunate to be able to work us their trust to work with them. I think one of the things that is so important around that is the work that you do outside of your training and your modalities and your education around your specific treatment that you do. It's about who you are as a person. That is really incredible. And I think that will also be even more heightened in this COVID time, where people are looking towards others for not only social connection, but that ability to trust and knowing that people are looking out for them, that we're caring for each other, and that we're doing things for each other.
Yeah, that's social community and influence. And that's what you are as your therapist for your clients. They trust the words that you spread. So we've got a two-edged sword here. We can be in that fear-based area, which hopefully most therapists are out of now because the time lag.
Yes.
But we've got even more responsibility for our clients to look after, I think, than the average person.
Yeah, absolutely.
So amazing, isn't it?
It is amazing.
So what would you like to say to we had this conversation, I'd like to ask therapists, if you could go back in time, you now, what would you say to the new you that was walking in through India and starting that first massage, going, will I go into this industry or not? What pearls of wisdom would you give?
Well, I think one of the things that I didn't know at the time that I was doing was what I would now tell myself is the most important thing to do. And that is that working on yourself, on how to deal with life. So your mental health, your physical health, your nutrition, and how you relate to people. And one of the key things in relating to people is having a non-judgmental attitude. That's one thing that always comes up in my head, because of what my clients tell me about their experiences in the room. And that is that they feel like they can go through whatever happens is okay, that I'm not judging them for that shouldn't have happened, or that I'm uncomfortable that it's happened, or that they should do something else. They can just go through what they need to go through and know that I'm there to either support them or just be with them or to give suggestions, without making a judgment that it is a good thing or a bad thing or the right thing or the wrong thing. And I think that's been one of the strongest pieces of my practice, and I didn't realize it for years and years and years. And clients would tell me this kind of thing, and I'd say, "Oh, I'm so happy that they feel that way, right? That makes me feel great that they feel comfortable in my room." And what I didn't realize until later, and definitely now with all this research coming out about it, is that is probably one of the most important things of our treatments, because it's hard for somebody to heal in whatever they're going through, whether it's a physical or an emotional, mental thing. It's hard for them to heal if they're in a position where they don't feel safe, they are not comfortable, or they feel judged. There's a barrier there. There's something that's stopping them from being able to move through those stages you need to go through in order to deal with that issue. So having that kind of ability to be with people and let them be themselves and let all of that be okay, while taking all of this incredible knowledge and skill that you have in the modalities that you have, that amplifies everything and makes everything you do even better. I was listening to a great podcast by Whitney Lowe and Till Lukow, The Thinking Practitioner. It's a great podcast. It's on Apple Podcasts.
Okay. How do you spell it? I know Whitney.
Yeah, Whitney Lowe and Till, T-I-L.
Oh, Till Lukow. Yes. Yeah.
Lukow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Great.
Yeah, and one of their sessions was on that. It was on everything that you do around your actual treatment and how important that is. So I think telling my younger self that meditating, dealing with stress, figuring out how to deal with your mental health, whether that's depression, whether that's just that feeling of being lost or sad or not knowing what you want to do, dealing with all those things is what's going to make you an even better therapist. Because if you don't struggle, if you don't go through those things, when your clients are struggling, you won't know how to support them.
Yeah.
So when you struggle and you try and figure out your life and you use tools to do that, those are going to be your strengths being brought into your practice that round out your practice to be something that people will connect to because it matters. It makes a difference.
Yeah, actually, that's a really good point. When people connect with same, so if they, at an intuitive sense, they go, this person understands where I am coming from, I feel safe in this environment. So yeah, we can put ourselves in a bubble and hide and avoid everything, but you won't be a great practitioner if you push yourself through into those different areas of like, how can I be better? How can I fall down and learn how to get up?
Yes,
because I'll be better for it.
Absolutely. And in all that you do as a student, and then coming out of school and going into your continuing education, that's the other thing, is that constant learning, that constant striving for how to bring those things in your practice is so exciting and can change the course of your career in an instant. I mean, I never in 1,000 years would have told you when I took that first Thai massage course or that first Western therapeutic course that it would actually become my full-time profession and that I would become the president of a national board and traveled to Australia and all over the world, expanding my whole knowledge of our profession at that level. It never entered my mind at that point, but the relationships that I built, the people that I met through the experiences that I had around that, being open and creative, right? It brings people or things into your life that you connect to, and that inspires you, and that inspires your clients.
Yes,
right?
I totally agree. Well, on that beautiful positive note, I think that I might let you, I'm not sure what you're doing this evening. It's Thursday night for you?
It's Thursday night. It's pizza night.
Actually, we had pizza last night.
I got dough rising.
Yeah, so you're doing the right thing. We pulled it out of the fridge. But today is Good Friday, so I've ordered and I have trays of Coffin Bay oysters and peeled king prawns and Moreton Bay bugs, and that'll be
nice.
Ours, and possibly a cheeky white wine or a glass of bubbles.
Yes. I think I'll share that with you.
I think we should. Virtual sharing as often as we can.
That's right.
It's such a pleasure and such a delight. And I know that people that are going to be listening to this podcast are going to have pick up some great tips, learning Thai, learning how to integrate local. Just the tip with you talking about sending an email through MailChimp with a small video, that connection to their clients, like that's gold. So hopefully I'm going to get this podcast out to people sooner rather than later so that they can take advantage of that, because
absolutely
great messages for them.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much for asking me. This has been so much fun. It's always a joy talking to you, Paula.
Yeah, thanks so much. We'll see you soon.
See you soon. Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. What you could do is you could hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. When you're ready to take the next step, why don't you click the link below and get into more information about my mentorship program, and I'll see you on the other side.